Hi, good morning. It's Gat Puno again here. Like to continue our talk about my maestro. The maestro that I'd like to talk today is about Maestro Tomas Cagayat. Right, Tomas Cagayat. I met Maestro Tomas Cagayat on 1976 after training. After training in Adesi, he came. I think I met him before, but I don't remember. But 1976, to be exact, right on Adesi, I sat down next to him, and he was talking to me, saying that Mirna Kadang is very good, and Ruben Apurong, Ruben Apungol. So that's the son of Maestro Indu Apungol. Anyway, so that's what the conversation started. He asked me, he said, "Are you training?" And he said, "Yes, I just joined last year, actually, summer of last year." And so, "You've been training?" "Yeah." So then he asked me to show the first strike. And then I show, and then he said, "Oh, that's pretty good." Then we leave it like that. I thought he's just an old man that enthusiast, who just want to be part of the group. I didn't know that he was one of the maestro, in Paete and his club. So after that meeting, Maestro Pining Absin asked me to come by to the house and help him to carry the material that we're gonna bring to Lungos, Kalayaan, Laguna. When they were teaching the Arnis over there. I'm not yet teaching. I'm just helping. Myrna is the one teaching. So, and I surprised that I saw Maestro Tomas Cagayat over there. And then later on that day, he asked me if I'm, if I am in training, under the maestro. And I said, "Yes, I'm thinking of it." And he said, "Well, you ask permission first before you can train with others." So when I came home, I figured out that maestro is one of the expert based on holding his weapon. When they were training, the way he talked, it's like he has this opinion of himself that really stand out to the rest of the maestro. Well, everybody's talk, but usually Maestro Indu Apungol and Maestro Inti Apungol is quiet. But this maestro, he speak his mind. Then I asked my dad who he was. My dad said, "Yeah, he's Maestro Tomas. He's pretty good. He's one of the old soul," meaning during his young, he's already a practitioner of Arnis, together with all of his cousin and family. So it means their family is noted to the Escrimadero Paete. Cagayat family is really noted, that old soul of Arnis in Paete. So my interest got me really crazy. So I asked my dad, "Dad, could you talk to him?" So finally, on the Adesi again, when we were training modernists, he talked to my dad sat down with him and he talked to him, and then from there he looked at me And he said, oh, that's the kid. Yeah. So he called me and he said, all right, I heard that you're always in the rice field. He said, yes. And you know, his rice field is far from our rice field. It's about, I would say about 10 minutes walk. And 10 minutes walk in the rice field is long. It's far, okay, that time. So he has rice field right there by the end of the Kasile, or by Puntok they call. So he said, come visit me to the rice field. So I came one afternoon, you know, while my dad is on the other rice field, and he started training me. And surprise, he showed me the Paete strike in the beginning. And then he said, if I am open to change. I said, yes, Maestro, I'm open for change. Then he said, let me show you my own creation, my own strike, and my own abecedario. And that's what he showed me, the abecedario Cagayat, the cut of 7 that he said made him, you know, made him comfortable of fighting, because he has created and designed a strike that similar from each other but secure the perimeter all the time. First time that I heard 76, I mean, I'm not yet really exposed to the other maestro. You know, my exposure is very limited to my dad, to, of course, modern arnis at the time, you know, to Mirna Kadang. And that's it. This is my next maestro is him. You know, because the rest I got it on 1978. Oh, you know, well, so anyway, this to say, you know, he took me again and showed me all of this fancy strike. You know, this is the first time I heard the word high, low, medium, you know, low, medium, high, you know. So those kind of words that stick to my head every time he said, all right, so, you know, put your weapon in here. And he would say, strike up, strike to the head, and then come back to the middle, then go low, and then go high, and then go low again, you know, then medium, then low, you know, this thing, and then go high. So he kind of said, oh my God, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, this strike alone will consider a good strategy to finish your opponent. But be careful, right? Because if you don't know how to return fast, you know, you gotta have some gap. So you gotta really time it. The whole idea is to come back so fast, pam pam, you know. So you strike, pam, come back right here. It's like, okay, one boom, pam pam pam, and then come back, you know. So I got used to it. And then he said, all right, it's time for you to spar. So he called up Ruben Apungol, and he said that why don't you spar with Abon? This is in Adesi. And so he said, what? Yeah, and you know, I look up Ruben as my senior, because Ruben is really, really good, and his brother Orlan is very good, you know. So because they're ahead of me on, you know, on that class, you know, that teaching is Meron Nakadang. So came in, spar, and I hit him to the chest, to the ribs. Hit him again. I'm afraid to hit him in the head, you know, because I don't want him to get mad at that time. So this is just playing. and I got him. And then I got built this confident that I can use this, you know. Then I continued training with my maestro until he showed me the application in this short weapon, which is knife. The same cut and the same strike. You know, then he explained to me, it doesn't really occur to me that Cagayat last name, it's based on the knife. I said, what you mean based on the knife? Yeah, the word Gayat, it means slicing and dicing. Gayat, you know, when your old people said, ipag-gayat mo, it means help me cut this for me, you know, like when I was young, my grandma or my dad would ask me to gayat the, you know, the kangkong, which is the water spinach for the fig, you know, for the livestock that we have in the, you know, in the house, like, you know, the pig. And I remember that. I said, you're right. Gayat means cut. And then he laughed. You know, so that's I think so. So this is what it is. Look back. Every time I cut to the right, and I will cut to the left. And this the same way, the same strike, the same pattern that I cut both sides. Except what they call zipper, which is going up, opening the zipper. Boom, and then cut. You know, so that's very clever. I thought so clever. You know, so sometimes I have to go to the house, train with him, but very rare. I just go to the house and train in the back. So the family of Maestro Tomas might not even see me. The wife sees us. I think his son, younger son, he's almost the same age of me. Actually, he's 1 year older than me. I think he's in, you know, with me in Eastern Laguna colleges. And also, once in a while, who come by there is Maestro, what is his name? Piping Salabat. Here we go. Piping Salabat would come over there because they're cousin to the Cagayat side. Who would come over there and ask for a lesson. And, you know, but I never have a chance to spar to Maestro Piping, you know, Salabat. He's just there talking. And then once in a while he would stand and do the abecedario, but never me and him spar. One of the reasons is because Maestro Piping Salabat is already respected member of the Centurion at the time. You know, he's one of their famous actor, as good soldier. He has a loud voice, you know, and he's also the one who used in Salubong, you know, his voice used by the Longinos soldier, which is the soldier in what do you call that, Sinaculo, where the Passion of the Christ. Here we go. That's the word I'm looking for. You know. Let's talk about Maestro Tomas and his particular style. Maestro Tomas learned from his father together with his brothers. He's, I think, he's number 3 or number second to the last of the boys. And you know, Maestro Tomas is one of the what do you call that, intriguing student of the brothers. Why? Because he always have his own way. You know, instead of thing, he would practice the abecedario the way the Paete way is, because you know they're from Paete, and then he would change it. He has this idea that why would I strike the same strike as them? Then they already can't counter me. If I strike different, then they cannot counter me. So that's why he created that Cagayat. he also learned from many maestro, including Juan Madrigal, Julian Madrigal, police. Yeah, in fact, he said that he was his compadre, you know, to one of, his son. So he trained under him. He also learned from Daite, something Julian Dailo, something like that. So, and then I also heard that he used to train under Benito Daxil, because they always gathered, in. But he's not a part of the ancestor that built by another club that built by Benito Daxil. So he trained under Benito Daxil every time they're together. But somehow I'm not welcome to go to the group, to among to the Cagayat house, which is Justino or Tino Cagayat. I'm not allowed to that house because Maestro Benito forbid me to be part of the group. So you know the story already. Why I'm not forbidden. I was forbidden to join the group. I asked him many times to learn from him, and he declined because me having conflict with his grandsons. Not only one grandson, multiple grandsons. So that's the reason why I was forbidden to join that group. And that's why Maestro Tomas Cagayat asking me, what did you do? Why Maestro Benito is not really like you? He said that you are uncontrollable teenager. So I was laughing. Anyway, every time that they're trained over there, Maestro Pining Absin is also there because Ernie Absin is also part of the group. They're all very good wood carver. They're good. Justino Cagayat is one of the best carver in Paete. He's blind, So on their house in Ilaya, which is very close to Plaza Edesan, that's where they hang out at night. So if I don't see Maestro Tomas Cagayat in Maestro Pining's house, he was there in Justino Cagayat. And even though I would like to join, I can't join it. I think Maestro Doy Baldimore is able to join them over there, because he was part of Benito's Daxil group of students, because he has a lot of followers. Maestro Benito has a lot of followers. Anyway, let me think, because he has a lot of maestro. Maestro Tomas probably has between 12 to 15 maestro. He also part of the guerrilla, so he also learned many style in the guerrilla. But he said the reason why he created the system, because everybody has beginning strike is buhat araw from the top. So he said that, okay, how can I defend myself from the strike coming from the sun? So he decided to strike it sideways, like this, instead of going down. It's sideways to, like cutting you to the temple, angle, It means you see the cut, he will push them out and then cut right away to the armpit or rib cage, and then go to the belly, and then go up to the collarbone, and then do it again to the other side, and then go to the groin. And that's kind of weird in the beginning, but man, once you start working on it, it's like natural, and he's very good at it. Maestro Tomas is very good at it. I saw him spar with Maestro Indo Apongol. I saw him spar with Maestro Pining. I saw him spar with with all of the maestro there. And man, he looks good. He's great. You know, of course, the sparring is, there's no determination of who win or lose. Why? Because they're all maestro. They're just playing around, you know. And you can see when the maestro feel like he's lost, he would lay down his weapon and laugh. You know, he said, you know, that's like, but no, nobody talk about, oh, I got hit. Oh, I think, man. But he said, man, you're great. You know, that's like that. Those is enough for me to realize that, oh, Maestro Tomas got him. You know, so, but anyway, the hardest that I experienced in training with Maestro Tomas, you know, I got hardest, but the hardest from him, you know, that I experienced is when I train in the rice field. He picked that very skinny rice field, skinny path, you know, and let me stand there and do the abecedario there and turn, keep turning. He want me to turn once, turn me twice, turn me 3 times, 4 times. I feel dizzy just turning, but I pull on that rice field so many times. So many times I pull. But when I start using that Cagayat in a tournament, man, nobody can get to the second strike. The first strike, they always see because they're similar to buhat araw. But the second strike, nobody gets. It's always land. The second, the third, and the fourth. If I can go up to 7, I will land. But when I used to spar, when I used to fight, I can only go to 1 to 4. And then I would back out because I'm afraid that the guy is gonna come running. You know, and I remember when I used to spar, when I used to fight, you know, it's 1978. So I'm still young, 15 years old. So my guts is still not developed fully. You know, I still have all of those doubt to myself. So that's how it is. Anyway, one of the best experience I have to Maestro Tomas is when he showed me all of the throw. One harvest season, I came over there. He laid out all of the rice hay, and he said, come in. And I thought we're gonna do something, footwork. That's why he does it. No, he's gonna throw me in the ground. He throw me in different way that I would never remember how he does it. Then he showed to me where to hold the hand and how I can turn the person to the ground without really lifting him up. Using his arm, using his elbow, using his shoulder, or even his head, and the person is just going to the ground. That's Maestro Tomas Cagayat. Very, very sneaky. Anyway, my study under him is end on 1985 when Maestro Pining Absin get upset to me by leaving. I don't know. Don't want to talk about it. It's too personal. But then Maestro Pining Absin get upset to me, and I think I think he's one of the maestro that also feel like I did something wrong. So they try to give me a little, what they call that? It's like I'm guilty of something, so they're giving me some, little bit of distance. So, but I left for Manila to help my friends to work in the hotel at that time, Western Hernas, which is that's the time I separated all of the maestro. I came, and then when I came back, I'm ready to go to the United States. So that's my training end. And when I came home in '87, I still visit him, but he's not It's not like before that they were trained. We just talk. Anyway, all in all, I enjoy training with the maestro. We are, he considered me as his son, one of his son, and I really love him, like a father. That's all I can, share you about Maestro Tomas Cagayat and his style, Cagayat. Thank you. This is Gat Puno Abon. Talk to you again later. Peace out. Subscribe to Garimot, okay? And subscribe to Gat Puno Abon. Here we go. Hit subscribe button.